The United States wants to make more of its own medicines. And to make that happen, President Donald Trump has unveiled one of the toughest tariff plans yet. This time, it's generic medicine. Donald Trump says imported generic drugs will continue to enter the US duty-free for the next 2 years. But after that, they'll face a 100% tariff for 1 year, followed by a 200% tariff if manufacturers continue producing outside the United States. Now, for India, often called the pharmacy of the world, this could have major political implications. India is one of America's biggest suppliers of affordable generic medicine. In fact, around 4 out of every 10 generic medicine used in the US come from India by volume. These aren't just niche products. They are everyday medicines used to treat diabetes, high blood pressure, infections, depression, and even cancer. In the last financial year alone, India exported pharmaceutical products worth $9.7 billion to the United States, making America India's biggest overseas pharma market. So why is Donald Trump doing this? He wants pharmaceutical companies to manufacture medicines inside the United States instead of importing them. The message is simple: build factories in America over the next 2 years or face massive tariffs later. The White House says this is about strengthening domestic manufacturing and reducing dependence on overseas supply chains. So, what could this mean for Indian companies? Well, it's still too early to say. The tariffs are designed to come into force in phases, giving companies time to respond. Some Indian drug makers could choose to expand manufacturing in the US. Others may look at partnerships or contract manufacturing to avoid higher import duties. And some may hope that future trade negotiations soften the policy before the steep tariffs take effect. There's another reason this story is slightly complicated. Earlier this year, India and the United States signed a trade agreement that included negotiating outcomes for generic pharmaceuticals and pharmaceutical ingredients. That raises an important question. Will Indian medicines receive exemptions under that agreement, or will these new tariffs override those understandings? At the moment, this isn't clear. The impact won't be limited to Indian exporters. The United States also relies heavily on low-cost generic medicines to keep healthcare affordable. If imports become significantly more expensive, it could eventually affect medicine prices, healthcare costs, and insurance spending in the world's largest pharmaceutical market. The bigger picture is this. For years, India has built a global reputation as the world's pharmacy, supplying affordable medicines to countries across the globe. Donald Trump's proposed tariffs are an attempt to bring that manufacturing back to America. Whether companies actually shift production or whether the policy changes before the tariffs take full effect will determine whether this becomes a major setback for India's pharmaceutical industry or simply another chapter in the growing trade tensions between two of the world's largest democracies.